Hey, buenos dias. ¿Qué pasó, amigos? John's Moto Garage. Welcome back to the channel. As you can see, we're not in the typical garage setting. We're actually out here in the beautiful state of Utah, undisclosed location in the mountains. And what's going on is I sold the casa back at the house. We sold all the motorcycles, and we're doing trailer life, camper life. We're gonna do the next 2 to 3 years in the trailer, and that's all you're gonna be seeing on the channel is just trailer stuff. How do you wash dishes? How do you go to the bathroom? How do you sleep? How do you brush your teeth? It's gonna be awesome. All right, JK, you guys, totally messing around. Don't worry, the motos are all still there back at the house. I'm actually just on vacay. We're doing a vacay sesh out here, and I want to bring you guys a video because up here in Utah, this is actually where the idea to start the channel, well, not really the idea, but where it kind of clicked, and I said, you know what, dude, you got to start the channel. And then also, this is where the idea for starting and learning wheelies originated. So today I want to bring to you, or actually just share with you, how I decided to start the YouTube channel, kind of the origins of what happened, and also the wheelie game as well. And also show you and share with you just how beautiful it is up here. Like, holy smokes, this is just totally awesome. Awe-inspiring. Takes your breath away, bro. So takes your breath away for sure though. So I'm gonna do a quick walk around of the DRZ SuperMoto, and then we'll jump into it. I'll explain how I decided to start the YouTube channel, what was going on, man, what was the impetus, if you will, to this whole, all this shenanigans, this nonsense on John's Moto Garage. If you're new to the channel, you may want to check out some of my other videos. This one's a little atypical. I hope it's still entertaining and informative somewhat, but check out my other videos too. That's more in line with what I typically do. I'm not going to be doing a ton of editing. I'm on vacay. These are one and done shots on the cell phone, so hopefully you guys enjoy it. Quick walk around on the DRZ. Bam. Here it is, the 2013 DRZ. This is the first SuperMoto that I ever picked up, the first larger bike that I ever tried wheelies on, and it's perfect for up here in Utah. First time I've ever brought it up here. It's got the knobby tires and everything, and I brought this, I towed it up here on the trailer hitch motorcycle carrier, so I'll do a video about that as well. But there you have it, beautiful, man. I love it. All right, let me find a spot here where it looks like really cool backdrop. I want to make sure this is very epic, you guys, very epic. And like and subscribe if you haven't already, but you dig it. All right, so let's get into this. So how did I start the YouTube channel? Now, the idea to do a channel I've had for years, ever since I started messing around watching YouTube. As a kid, I did skate videos and BMX videos. I was always around filming stuff like that. So I've always loved doing some of that stuff, even though I'm not super good at like the editing side of things. It's always been fun to do that. And back in December of 2017, I actually, with my bro, we filmed a couple videos and we just never did anything with them. So I'll have to dig into the archive, see if I can find those for you as well. I think that'd be entertaining. But here's what happened. I was up here on family vacation. My in-laws have a little vacation home up here, and 2 to 3 times a year we are lucky enough to be able to come up here, beat the heat in Arizona, get away from the grind, kind of clear our heads a little bit, and just enjoy the outdoors. It's awesome out here. So I was up here, it was a year ago in July, and I was at a point where in my career, I say career like I'm all adult professional, but don't get the wrong idea, it's not that. And on an aside, or as an aside, I at some point may go into what I do as a day job, but I've decided on the channel not to dig into that just for reasons, you know, you don't want to cross over too much into that. But it's nothing glamorous. It's something that pays the bills, and I do get some level of fulfillment out of it, you could say. I do feel like I'm giving back a little bit or helping in a way, but it's a day job. So anyway, I was at a point though where I kind of had a plan, and in my mind I had it all mapped out. I knew how things were going to work out, and I was at a point where it was time to take that next step. And when I say mapped out, I mean, you know, as a husband and father, I have the responsibility of providing for my family. And so the plan I had was, how am I going to provide for them, not just now but in the future as well. And and so I was at a point where it was time to take the next step for kind of executing this plan that I had, you know, mapped out. That was all perfect, you know. Anyway, so I was at a point where it was time to start getting ready to go back to school, and I was researching what schools to go to and what prereqs I was going to need to take and all that kind of stuff. And I was gung-ho about it, as I typically am when I get focused on something. But what I was realizing as I'm doing all this research is you kind of start to question, not really question, but you have to, yeah, you really have to ask yourself, is this really what's best for me? Is it what's best for the family? Is it what's best for just, the whole general situation? And I wasn't sure that it was, because I had spent so much time up to this point working, going to school, focusing not so much on enjoying la vida, but more just doing what you got to do. And I was finally at a point where I could jump right back into school, or I could take a little bit of time to just enjoy this, the experience. And so I'm laying in bed, and I had read an article about a lady's husband who was also in the same predicament as I'm sure many of us have been and or will be at some point in this journey. And he, instead of pursuing this career opportunity, he actually just took some time to build the website. And long story short, he ended up building that website and just discovering a passion doing that. And he was enjoying it and loving it. And I thought, you know what? I've got my day-to-day full-time job. I can do that. What's something I really enjoy doing and have wanted to do for a while? And it just clicked. Dude, start the YouTube channel, bro. And I'd watched plenty of videos knowing full well the chances of starting a channel and actually building it into something where you can sustain a livable income. It's not likely, okay? So I wasn't going into it with that idea, but it was basically, hey, start a channel. It's something you've wanted to do for a long time. It's something that you'll have fun doing. It's focused on something you enjoy. It's a passion, motorcycles. So you'll be able to spend a little bit of time doing that and not have to jump right back into this into the grind. And so that's basically when I decided, you know what, when I get back, I'm gonna take the next year to give it a shot. And like many things, people who know me knew what my plan was and that I was getting to a point where it's about ready to make that next step. And so I had people asking like, dude, you sure this is a good idea, man? Like, you're so close. And for me, I knew it's what I needed to do. And it wasn't like this huge thing. I mean, I already have a job and I'm making an income. So it's not something where like I'm just throwing it all away. I feel like I have a very solid plan still. But anyway, I don't want it to sound like something that it's not. It wasn't some huge like risk, where I put everything on the line to do a YouTube channel. That's not at all what it was. It was really just, hey, I'm gonna put off going to school or doing whatever this thing is for a year and focus a little bit on doing something that is funner or more fun. I think that's the word, more fun. So I decided to, after getting home from that vacation, going back to Arizona, which huge, every time going from Utah to AZ in the summertime, I don't know if any of you guys have ever experienced it, but you get back from vacay, and I think it's a legitimate diagnosis, is the post-vacation blues. Anyway, every time I go from Utah to Arizona, that hits me. You go from beautiful weather, you step out of that car, and it's like opening the oven when it's like 450 degrees, and you just, bam, that heat wave just slaps you in the face, and major reality check. But anyway, we got back from vacation. I had a 2012 Road Glide in the garage at the time, and usually summertime I'll slow down the sales a little bit, and then I'll start ramping it up. But I had that one motorcycle. I had somebody the next day coming to buy it, and I was like, dude, I'm gonna do it, man. So I filmed a video, and I had everything ready to go. I did some test edits, sent them out to some people I know to have them check them out. Long story short, I never uploaded that initial video. I got it somewhere, maybe someday we will, but that was all I needed to get it started. Because prior to that, we all give ourselves, there's always some obstacle, some barrier to doing this kind of thing. And for me, it was like, oh, I don't know how to go about doing it, or I don't have the right gear. Let me get all the gear and then I'll do it. Let me get a newer camera, this, that, and the other. And finally it just came down to, you know what, just do it with what you have. And anyway, so yeah, I got home and I did the video, and I was just like, whatever, I'll do what I can with what I have, and I got it started. So that's how it got started. And yeah, the rest from there is history. And what a blast I've had. Good times so far. And I said, I'm gonna give it a shot for a year. Basically try it out for a year. And like I said, I wasn't expecting to make this my full-time job or gig or income or any of that. I just wanted to focus on something that I enjoyed and have some fun doing it. And it's been a blast so far. I've been able to have such a fun time on the motorcycles. The channel has gone in a direction that I never really anticipated initially, but I'm excited to see where it continues to go. And I'm hopeful at this point that once I hit the year mark, I'll still want to continue on with the channel. So big shout out and thanks to everybody who has checked it out and supported it and participated in this nonsense that is John's Moto Garage. But ultimately it just comes down to, I think we all enjoy the motorcycles, the two-wheeled freedom machines, if you will. And then also, of course, we like to have fun, and that's more than anything what it's all about here on the channel. And you may be asking, so what about the wheelies, dude? How'd the wheelies start here up in Utah? And that all started because some kid was ripping around on a dirt bike busting wheelies, and I was like, what the heck? How's this kid ripping wheelies and I still can't do a wheelie on a motorcycle? And so that was the final straw that broke the camel's back. I said, screw it, I'm gonna go home, I'm getting some pit bike or dirt bike or Grom or something, and I'm gonna master these dang wheelies. And yeah, I still need some practice with it, but it's been fun for sure. So there you have it, the origins. That's the beginnings of John's Moto Garage. That's kind of how it started, and I think it's fitting being back up here in Utah to talk a little bit about it, because yeah, what a beautiful place up here. I love it. Such a fun time coming up here. I'm gonna go hit the dirt bike, do some more exploring. I'll bring some great videos from the GoPro to you guys once I get back, and yeah, should be good times. All right, you guys, like and subscribe if you dig it. We'll hit you up on the next one. Adios, nos vemos. Oh, my back. That's not a comfortable spot to be sitting right there.